So the person who is going to speak to us today is Dr. Okonkwo Oyo. Dr. Okonkwo Oyo, you are warmly welcome. Dr. Oyo works with the Doctor Connect. Doctor Connect is a partner with us every Mondays, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. He will say a bit about it, and I will say a bit more later. He works with Doctor Connect, helping to improve access to quality and affordable health services for the average Nigerian, one phone at a time. I won't say much more than that, but I will give the mic to Dr. Okonkwo Oyo so that he can start the presentation. Dr. Oyo, you're very welcome. You have the floor.
Good evening, Ma. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here once more. I'm not sure if this is my third or fourth meeting or time of being here with everyone. So today, I'll just go straight into the topic of today. I think it's something that is very important, especially with the way things have been in the health sector in recent times. So I'll just start with sharing my screen so I can move quickly into the presentation. Okay, great. So I'm sharing my screen. Can you confirm that you can see what is on my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, so today we are talking about a very important organ in the body, the kidneys. So basically the topic is, are you kidding with your kidneys? So I've gone for some illustration to just show what happens when you kid with your kidneys. You can see the other kidney looking in shock and alarm at his counterpart kidney. That one isn't looking so great at the moment. So let's find out more about what the kidney does, how you can endanger your kidney and make your kidney sweat like this other one wearing glasses like me, and the things you can do to avoid it. It's good to keep in mind that in Nigeria today, surveys or statistics have shown that about 1 in every 8 Nigerians has kidney disease or has one form of kidney problem or the other. And it's a scary statistic when you think of the fact that we are at least 150 million, or put us at 200 million, depending on who you are going to believe. But that's a lot of people when you think of 1 in 8 out of even 100 million, talk less of 200 million. So it's safe to say that kidney disease is a huge problem in our society today. And it's not just a problem affecting those in their 60s or their 50s anymore. I personally have seen a couple of young men in their 30s, early 30s, not even late 30s, 31, 32, coming down with chronic kidney disease and needing dialysis regularly to stay alive and to lead relatively normal lives. So let's find out more. I'll start with a quiz to just get the ball rolling. So I want you to just think about these questions. I don't need an answer. There's no mark for this quiz. Do you drink water only when you're thirsty? Do you try to control the amount of salt in your diet? Do you know your blood pressure? Do you self-medicate anytime you feel ill? You just go buy any medication? And do you know your blood sugar level? I want you to think about these questions and answer them in your heart, yes or no. So whatever answer you have, just keep it within you. We'll come back to it at the end of my presentation. And then by then you'll have more clarity around why I'm asking this particular question. So let's talk about the kidney. So the kidney is a vital organ in the human body. If you look at this diagram I've kept on the right side of the screen, you see 2 kidneys. Yes, so we all have 2 kidneys on average, but some of us may be born with 1 kidney. I've met a couple of people like that have only 1 kidney, but the average person has 2 kidneys. And the kidneys actually carry out a lot of functions. So the kidneys are somewhere in what we would call the lumbar area, in what we'll call the flank. So just the side, your sides, the extreme end of your back, close to just above your hip bone. If you touch it, your kidneys are somewhere around there, inside, of course. You can't touch kidneys. If you can feel your kidneys, then that's an alarm sign. You shouldn't be able to feel your kidneys. Yes, so the major function of the kidney is filtration of blood. It helps with maintaining the fluid balance, meaning that it helps to ensure that you have just the right amount of fluid in your body. If your kidneys aren't working so well, then you may have accumulation of fluid unnecessarily. It helps with regulation and filtration of minerals. It helps with excretion of waste products. It also helps with producing hormones that are important for the body. Basically, without your kidneys, you have issues with producing red blood cells that are obviously important in carrying oxygen around your body. Without the kidneys, you also have issues with producing the active form of vitamin D. Now, we all know that vitamin D is also an important vitamin in the body. It helps you with the health of your bone, really. And also the kidney also helps in regulating blood pressure through some hormones it secretes as well. So basically, these are some of the functions of the kidney. And these functions are very important. It may not be easy for you to appreciate them if you're not a medical person, but just think about it. If there was nothing regulating the amount of water you drink, like helping you to excrete water and ensure that you have the right amount of water you drink, what do you think will happen? Think about all the water you've taken in your lifetime. There was nothing helping you to excrete it out. Just imagine how big you would be. Probably be like all those comical balloons on children's cartoons. So the kidneys help to ensure that you're able to excrete excess water, excess minerals, excess waste products that you don't necessarily need in your body, and waste products that when they accumulate, they can cause problems. So those are some of the core functions of the kidney. And I like to think of it as a very important filter in the body. Yes, so I've put this picture there to just help you visualize what the kidney is. It's basically a sieve. But now, in your kitchen sieve, the kitchen sieve can only retain one thing and throw away the others, in the sense that it will probably just drain out the water and leave what you need. But the kidney is different. The kidney can take what you need, excrete what you don't need, and that's an important factor, because while this sieve can only excrete and take one thing, the kidney can excrete many things and take something. And for instance, now if this sieve, for instance, let's say you're using it to separate beans from the chaff, so it just means that it's just the covering of the beans that will probably be going through while the beans remain. But in the case of the kidney, there are some times when, for instance, sodium, you have excess sodium. The kidney can help you get rid of that sodium. But there are times when you don't have enough sodium. Kidney can help you take in that sodium as well. So basically what I'm saying is the kidney is, it has a brain, in quotes, because it can help you based on what it senses are the needs of your body at that point in time, can help you excrete some things and take some things. So it's not just one-way system. It works based on what you need, and it always adjusts its functions to your particular condition in that time. What happens to when the kidneys are sick? This is a sick kidney. Yeah, so a sick kidney can cause several things, from heart disease, stroke, to anemia, that's shortage of blood, bone loss and fracture, accumulation of acids in your body. And these things are really serious problems that can all lead to the eventuality we all do not want, which is death. Heart disease, stroke, blood shortage, bone loss and fracture, and then accumulation of acids in your body. When your kidneys are not functioning well, these things can happen. And the truth is, there are things you can actually do to keep your kidneys healthy. And there are things you can do to prevent your kidneys from falling sick in the first place. When I see these adverts on TV of people that are in need of donations because they want to do a kidney transplant, or they have one kidney disease or the other, what usually comes to my mind is the fact that this problem did not start today. Most times, this problem did not start today, and I think it's so important that we keep that in mind. Most times when it comes to health, whatever issues someone is going to face 10 years down the line, especially when it's not an acute thing, like, oh, you had an accident and had to go have an operation. If it's a cancer or it's one illness like chronic kidney disease, it didn't just start in 1 or 2 months. Most times it started slowly over time, but because there was nothing done to arrest it, You're not trying to prevent it. We're not trying to, we're not trying any nutritional. So it takes me back to our philosophy in Doctor Connect about nutrition, prevention, and intervention. So you were not doing the right things around your nutrition. You're not even trying anything in terms of preventive approach like monitoring. And then you get to the point where you need intervention and you're on the TV screen. Now, for most people, it's not their fault. It's lack of knowledge. It's because they don't have access to the right things they need to do to be able to ensure that they're able to monitor their kidneys effectively and change whatever dangerous or harmful lifestyle behaviors they may have currently that may be affecting the kidneys or endangering their kidneys. And I'm going to talk about some of the things you can do from the comfort of your home to ensure that your kidneys stay in tip-top shape. And it's so important because I know we have two kidneys, but the truth is, most times when one kidney is bad, the other kidney goes bad as well because they're like twins in quotes. So I know there's usually this joke around on social media about, don't worry, maybe you have two kidneys, you can sell one. And funny enough, there are real life situations where people have sold their kidneys in some countries and they've run into problems because when you're living with one kidney, it's not impossible, but it puts you in a delicate situation where you have to be more cautious than the average person because you don't want anything to happen to that one you have. And when you have two kidneys, it still doesn't mean you should be careless because your two kidneys are like twins and they are most likely facing the same conditions. So whatever has caused one kidney to go bad probably be also affecting the other kidney. So the other kidney will probably not be so far behind. So you want to always be careful to ensure that, because you have two, it's not like a case of original and spare. It's not that case. It's the case of you have to take care of the two properly. And there are things you can do to ensure that you take care of your kidneys. I know some of the things I'm going to say are going to sound like things that you've heard before. And it's important in healthcare that we keep repeating these things, not because we like to repeat them, but because they are so simple yet so effective. And I'm going to start with water. Water is so simple. And I would say it anyway. It's still the cheapest drink you can get, even in this country. As expensive as things have gotten, I think I heard pure water like 20 naira or so, but it's still cheaper than your bottle of soft drink. It's still cheaper than your bottle of energy drink or any other thing. So nothing can replace water. And we don't want you to drink too much water. Because again, in life, moderation is very key. So it's not about drinking too much water. It's about drinking enough water to ensure that your kidneys are hydrated. And why is water important to the kidney? Let's look at this. So have you seen a drainage system? A drainage system when, or in fact, let's go back to this kitchen sieve. When you're using this sieve to filter something, I think I've seen where they make before and they're using this very fine white cloth. I think I've noticed that they pour water in it because after some time it doesn't move anymore. So they have to pour water to keep it moving, to keep the filtration process ongoing. So it's the same with the kidneys. When you don't have enough water in your system, the kidney is forced to do what? To conserve water. So because the kidney, again, like I told you, adjusts itself to whatever is going on in your body system. So if you don't have enough water in your system, now don't forget that obviously the key or the major byproduct of the kidney is urine. The kidney is responsible for what you pass out as urine. And please, contrary to what people say, drinking early morning urine doesn't do anything for you. So you're not drinking waste that your body has said we don't need at this point in time. So if you heard it somewhere, it doesn't do anything for you. But that's just by the way. So back to this, I went back to this to just get the picture in your head. So when you drink water, it helps to keep kidneys moving. It helps with the filtration process. It helps the kidney to be able to remove those things that need to be removed. And if you've noticed, when you don't drink enough water, look at the color of your urine. And the kidney is it communicates clearly, more clearly than most of us do. Anyway, when you go to urinate and you see that your urine is yellowish, maybe that color of lacacera, so to speak, most times that's concentrated urine. Either when you're not feeling fine or if you're feeling good, it's because at that point in time, your kidney is trying to conserve all the water it can, and your urine looks concentrated. If you are well hydrated, you will notice when you go to urinate, your urine is going to be clear like water. So that's a hack to know, are you drinking up? Obviously, before you get to the point where your urine is what we call, is it amber now? I can't remember the color clearly. Before you get to that point, you'll be feeling thirsty already. That's the truth. But what I'm just hammering on is water is important, 4 to 6 glasses. So it's not until you eat before you drink water. Because if you are eating 3 times a day, that's 1, 2, 3. That's just 3 cups. 3 glasses of water. But you see that somehow in between, you also have to find time to be able to drink water to keep your kidneys hydrated. And so that's what I just want to say about this. I'm going to move on to the next thing. So eating healthy. Again, we've heard the importance of eating healthy. We've heard the benefits and all of that. But let's think about how it is important to the kidney. You know, what you eat influences so many aspects of your body, what you take in, because it's what you take in that the kidney is going to process and work on. So if you're not eating right, if you're eating all the wrong things, you're giving your internal organs a lot of work to do. And what do I mean by eating right? You're eating a lot of food with refined sugars, junk food, you are taking a lot of soft drinks, you're just doing all the wrong things when it comes to your diet. You're not eating enough vegetables, you're not eating enough fruits, you're not eating enough of all the classes of food. You're just going to run into the danger of developing 1 or 2 chronic diseases, because research has shown that eating healthy and the next part, which is exercising, both of them work hand in hand to ensure that you're able to stay healthy. And they are one of the very important ways of actually avoiding things like hypertension, diabetes. Now, you see this deadly duo. I call them the deadly duo because hypertension and diabetes are implicated in majority of the kidney disease cases that you see around you. Majority of the people that are on dialysis or need transplant, if you check, a good number of them are hypertensive or diabetic. And because these diseases over time, they affect the function of the kidney. That's the truth. For hypertension, it's like looking at this sieve. See how nice this sieve is. Now imagine forcing water through this sieve at a very high pressure. You're going to destroy the integrity or the structure of the sieve over time. And you know already hypertension means that your blood pressure is elevated, which means that the pressure or the force at which blood is traveling through your body is higher than we expect it to be for the average person, right? So imagine trying to force, and now when you go into the kidney, you see the structure of this kidney, everything, it's so fine, it's slimmer, like it's tinier, the holes through which the blood is filtered are tinier than even this sieve. They're microscopic, obviously. You can't see them with your naked eye. So when blood is flowing through at such a huge force, it can damage the vessels or the functions, these sieves in the kidney, and impair the kidney function. And developing these diseases is not something that happens in one day. It's something that happens over time. From what you eat, you're eating a lot of food with salt, you're eating a lot of unhealthy food with refined sugars, things that increase your risk of becoming overweight and eventually developing hypertension or diabetes. So eating healthy, eating the right food in the right proportion. I know beans is expensive now. I know things are expensive, but you must always remember that no matter how bad it is, they usually joke that people always see money to buy a recharge card. Things are bad, but you buy data and you buy a recharge card. So it means that where there is a will, there is a way. And if it means being inventive or creative to ensure that you're able to get the right classes of food, if it even means that you're going to go and buy your own chicken so it will be laying egg for you, since egg is not expensive. But I'm just saying, whatever means you want to take for yourself, it's just important to ensure that you're able to eat the right class, the right amount of food in the right proportion. Eating healthy, eating enough fruits, eating all these things will help you in the long run to stay healthy. Yes, so I'm going to move to the next thing, exercise. See, you don't need to be like this guy. This is what they call, is it Ashieju? Yes, he's overdoing it. See, life is easy. If you cannot do this one, do the one you can do. And I think it's very important advice to have, because a lot of people often think that, okay, I must exercise. My doctor says I must exercise. So you haven't run for 10 minutes in the last 10 years, you now want to run for 1 hour. It's not going to work. And even if you manage to do it, you're probably going to land in the hospital, or you'll be in serious pains after. So if you've not worked out, you've not exercised in a long time, you have to be cautious. Again, because many people may have one or two underlying heart issues they don't know about. So you have to tread with caution. I mean, in recent times, we saw a footballer that collapsed on the field during the Euro 2020, Christian Eriksen. Yeah, we saw that. And I think some days ago, we also had another footballer, Kun Aguero. He just couldn't go on with the match again, and he had to stop. And then news later came out that he had a heart problem as well during the match. He developed a heart problem during the match. So the point I'm trying to get to is, most of us, or I can say that categorically all of us, the 22 of us on this call, I don't think any of us is as fit as footballers. And I stand to be corrected, but I don't think any of us is as fit as a footballer. And even those people, they run into problems while exerting themselves. So you have to tread with caution. For instance, WHO says do 30 minutes of moderate physical activity 5 times a week. Now, if you know in your heart that you cannot do brisk walking, that's walking very fast, or you cannot jog for 30 minutes straight, it's okay. WHO also understands that. So we say, if it's 10 minutes you can do 10 minutes in the morning, do 10 minutes in the afternoon, do 10 minutes in the evening. So you do according to yourself. You don't do more than what you can do. And I think that's very important to take into consideration while exercising or choosing exercises, because many of us, it comes from a good place. You want to really do the exercise so that you can be healthy fast, but you need to take it slow and steady and tweak the exercises to your stage or to where you are. It doesn't mean that you should be lazy, but it also means that you should be wise, so that you don't, in the process of trying to solve one problem, cause another problem for yourself. So that's for exercise. It helps you to stay in shape, helps you to reduce, avoid being overweight, and it's good exercise for the heart. It's good exercise for the heart, keeps your heart pumping, gets your blood moving. And when blood is flowing freely, when blood is flowing with joy, the kidney loves things like that, because the kidney deals with blood flow. In fact, one of the key things that we track in the kidney is what's the rate at which the kidney is measuring, is filtering the blood, so to speak. The rate at which the kidney filters the blood is so important. And so to keep blood flowing well, the kidney is happy and everybody is happy. So we're going to move to the next thing, that's smoking. Now, smoking, in fact, I don't think there's anything in this life that smoking doesn't affect. There are very few positives of smoking, and those positives are so few that they are, in fact, unimportant. What I'm saying in essence is there are almost no positives anyway. Smoking causes everything. Anything you can think of in the body. In fact, is a hack in medical school where you are lost sometimes and you don't know what can cause this problem. Right, smoking, because it's probably true. It's probably true to some extent that when you go and check, one research will show that smoking has been linked to increased risk of this. So it comes to the kidney too. Smoking can affect the kidney function. How? So when you smoke, or when you take in the tobacco and all of that and the other constituents, they affect the blood vessels. Now, the blood vessels, your arteries, your veins, are the ones carrying blood to and fro from the heart. And when these vessels are affected, when it affects the way or the rate at which blood flows in these blood vessels. And remember I said something, that one of the things we track in the kidney is how well and how fast, how timely is this kidney clearing the things that it needs to clear. Because don't forget, you have like how many liters of blood in your body, in your system, about 5 liters, and the kidney has to be clearing this thing. It has to be doing it regularly, constantly. It works around the clock, ensuring that it is removing the things you don't need, taking the things you need. It never stops working. So remember that with this, the rate at which blood flows is so important because it also determines how well the kidney is clearing the waste products in your system. So smoking affects the rate of flow, reduces blood flow, which prevents the kidneys from working optimally. Smoking can also increase your chances of developing things like hypertension, diabetes, which I have described are some of the deadly enemies or was the deadliest causes of kidney disease to me anyway. And lastly, smoking can also increase your risk of kidney cancer. So you can see that I know that for anyone that smokes, it can be difficult to stop. And there are many programs that are geared at helping people that smoke to transit to a place where they don't smoke anymore. But smoking doesn't do your kidneys any good, just to spit it out there. So for the next one, medications. Now, I'm looking at the messages. So for medications, over-the-counter medications, like we call them, things like paracetamol, ibuprofen, and the rest, they are easy to get and easy to abuse too. Many people are having a slight headache, or I'm having pain here, just go and get ibuprofen. Or for a lot of ladies, when they are having their periods and it comes with cramps, a lot of women tend to use what we call NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, things like ibuprofen, diclofenac. So they may have other names when they are buying the drug in the markets. They may have other names, but this what I'm calling is the drug itself: ibuprofen, diclofenac, all those drugs. They are dangerous to your kidney when you use them for a long period of time. And now for most people, for instance, like I've said, most ladies tend to take these drugs when they have their periods and they're having menstrual pain. Of course, menstrual pain is not easy to bear, and I'm not in any way downplaying it, but it's also important that as you're taking this medication for your relief, you keep it at the back of your mind that if you take this thing for too much, if you take this thing for a lot of time, for a long time, you can actually affect the function of your kidneys. So you have to ensure that before you take medications, at least speak to a doctor. And I think it's been made much easier for most people these days with Doctor Connect. You can book an appointment online, talk to the doctor about what you're having, and then ensure that what you're taking is not going to harm you. So gone are the days when you say, okay, the hospital is far, I can't go to the hospital, and I need, this pain, or I need this thing. Now you can actually speak to your doctor from the comfort of your phone and ensure that you don't just take medicines anyhow, but you have a healthcare professional review these drugs and tell you, okay, this is good for you, this is bad for you. Okay, no, you've been taking this for too long and you need to stop, because these drugs can actually affect the function of the kidney. And again, there are medications that we look at your function of your kidney before giving you, or if you have some kidney issues going on, you want to reduce the dosage. You may not know that. So if you just go buy some drug and you're taking it, you may be risking your kidney, because when you have such problems and you use these medications or these drugs, you can worsen the function of your kidney. So that's why it's very important to be very careful, easy with the medications, ensure you speak to a professional before you take in anything. So I'll move to the next. We're almost done. I think this is the last bit. That's getting screened regularly. Now, especially for those with hypertension, diabetes, or heart disease, or any chronic disease, and if you have even arthritis and you're taking painkillers for this arthritis, it's very important that you get your kidneys checked constantly. So you can do a kidney function test. In fact, even if you don't have anything at all, it's not out of place, especially in Nigeria of today, where strange things are happening. They are spraying fruits with different harmful preservatives. The issue of cooking it with paracetamol or something came up once, and all of those things. So there's a lot of funny practices going on, and there's only so much you can do to be careful. That's the truth. So even as you're trying to be careful in terms of what you take in your nutrition, you also have to practice prevention in Nigeria, because we are not always very certain of what is in what you are eating. Let me put it that way, especially if you eat out from time to time, even if you're taking fruits. And the truth is, you can't avoid these things. You can't say, okay, I'm not going to buy beans from the market to cook, because you need to eat beans at home, right? So even if you say you're not going to eat out, even what you're buying from the market to use at home, they've been treated with funny chemicals and different things. Sometimes they kill cows that have diseases or they pump to different. So basically, I'm just painting a picture. This is the reality of our society. So you have to ensure that you take it a step further beyond trying to screen for what you eat. You also have to ensure that you do some preventive measure like a health check once a year, at least, at the very least, because of everything going on around us. It's not out of place to do a health check once a year. Now, for many people that have been diagnosed with kidney disease out of the blue, so to speak, maybe they've had hypertension, they're taking their medication, but they're not going to the hospital regularly. They're not getting checked regularly. And then one day you are feeling one kind of funny way and you land in the emergency room and then they run tests and suddenly you hear, oh, you have kidney disease, you have to start being on dialysis. And most times when patients go on dialysis, it's not the end of the world, but the journey isn't very easy. And most times it's so expensive. An average session can be up to 60K. And how many people can afford? And some people need 2 or 3 sessions of dialysis every week. So getting screened regularly versus paying 60K twice or 3 times a week, I think getting your body checked, getting your kidney checked and other vital organs checked once a year at the very least is very important. And if you have something like hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, or arthritis, any condition that requires you to take a lot of painkillers regularly, you want to check your kidneys even more often than that. And we can do that as well through some of our services as well. So I think we'll go back to this quiz and then we think about it. So back to this. If you drink water only when you're thirsty, you're not doing yourself a lot of good. Why? Because before your body gets to that point where it's signaling to your centers that, okay, guy, I'm thirsty, I need food. It's not really, I need water. It's not really an ideal place to be. If you drink 4 to 6 glasses of water regularly, you're not likely to feel that way. If you also try to control the amount of salt in your diet, you're likely to reduce your risk of having hypertension because research has shown that for Black people, salt has a more negative effect on us. And frankly, you don't need a lot of salt for your food to feel good. That's the truth. So a little pinch of salt here and there, because a lot of the things you're going to cook, that cube of Maggi or whatever you're going to put in the food, plus the salt you've put in the meat, plus the salt you put in this, then you put salt so there's just a lot of salt going up and down. So you can reduce the amount of salt you take in, and you'll still be able to have a nice experience when you're eating. Now, of course, knowing your blood pressure is important because I've said it several times already today that hypertension is linked with kidney disease. Like uncontrolled hypertension can lead to kidney disease, and you end up in chronic kidney disease and end-stage kidney disease. The person needs 10 million or 11 million for transplant while spending money to also do dialysis. So it's a double-edged sword. You are spending money to do dialysis to stay alive, and you are raising money for transplant as well. And then self-medication and self-explanatory, I've said it already, and then blood sugar level, important for diabetes. So I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you to ensure that your kidneys look as happy as this every day. And if you do some of these things I've said, your kidneys will be greeting like this every morning. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Thank you for taking care of us. And that's what we all want. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'll take them now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Oyo, for that down-to-earth but very explanatory presentation, enlightening us all about what we need to do to keep our kidneys healthy. Let's show some love to Dr. Oyo on the chat box. Let's thank him. But do we have any questions? If anybody has any questions, please, you may raise your hand or you may type it in the chat box. While we're waiting for questions, I'm not sure I'm seeing any raised hands right now. Yeah. So while we're waiting for questions, I will say Dr. Oyo, like I said earlier, works for Dr. Connect. And Dr. Connect is a wellness company where you have access to regular comprehensive health checks. And I'm going to share my screen now and share with us how you can even have access to these health checks through the Green Mondays. Let me just share my screen. Okay. So the Green Mondays, the company responsible for bringing this program to us, is a company where we promote wellness and wealth. But one of the benefits of being a member of Green Mondays is that you have access to well-being packs where you, depending on the particular well-being pack you purchase, you have access to Doctor Connect, and you also have access to coming on board the Green Mondays. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Green Mondays in a minute, but I want to talk to us about some of the packs some of the benefits of being a member of Green Mondays or coming on board and having access to the Doctor Connect. So the possible things that you have access to in Doctor Connect, you have unlimited access to doctor's consult on the Doctor Connect app. You can download that. When you come on board, you download the app and you have access to doctor's consult 24/7. Then you have online fitness videos that you can use to do your exercise. Dr. Oyo talked about exercise as one of the things that we need to practice, to be able to keep fit and to help our kidney health. Then medication advice and prescription. You have your electronic medical record there. When you have a comprehensive health check, it's sent electronically and it's uploaded. So it's available to any of the doctors that you book an appointment with, and they can be able to review your health parameters to advise you based on whatever your complaint or your query is at that time. You also have when you buy one of these packs, you have electronic medical, you have accidental medical insurance and accidental permanent disability insurance. Then there are also some gadgets that you can have access to, a comprehensive, body composition scale and a 6-in-1 health monitor. Regarding your kidneys, you can only get to where you want to be from where you are, and you need to know where you are regarding your kidneys. And that is why getting a comprehensive health check regularly is very, very important. And I want to encourage us, if you are a guest here, you can come on board. You can buy one of these packs. It gives you an entry into Green Mondays, but importantly at this time, it gives you access to a comprehensive health check and all the other things I have described. Now, I'm going to talk to us a bit about the Green Mondays now. The Green Mondays is an organization that has four strategic partners. We have the Avenues to Wealth International, which is a network marketing development technology development company. We have Marvel Natural Products PLC, which is a company that produces an amazing range of natural products. We have Vent to Earn, which is a bill payment platform, and we have Green Mondays, that is actually the public face of the company. The company realized that there's a gap. People are going back to natural medicine you know, but people are taking herbal natural medicines that are not quantified, they're not verified, they're not researched, and this is where our company comes in. We have a range of products that they're personal health products, personal hygiene products. We have the bitters, we have the herbal supplements, we have the fire for men, we have the fat burner, we have the cleanser, we have the restore, we have the balm. We also have a range of personal hygiene products like disinfectants, hand sanitizers, body wash, body butter, hand wash. We have the hair care, hair cream, Lily's hair cream. Right now we have the teas, the antioxidant teas. And you know, these products are made in Nigeria under certain conditions that were intentional to bring to us some products that are safe, high quality, and effective. And so because the company had that in mind, the company went through, made sure we have the appropriate certifications before bringing these to the market. So we have NAFDAC certification for the Nigerian market. We have FDA clearance for selling them in the US. We have ISO certification, which is a global standards body that where you subject yourself to scrutiny, and that's what the company did, and it was given the certificate of the ISO standards. Then we have the halal certification, and also before the products were brought to the market, there were preclinical trials that were done, and the the last year, the company also did clinical trials, which showed that the Reader range of products, the Reader bitters, it was tested on certain aspects of health, like hypertension, diabetes, and arthritis, and the results showed that there is evidence that these products do work. And the products, why do they work? They've elicited amazing feedbacks from people. Now, there is a phenomenon called oxidative stress, which is due to an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants. And there's so many conditions that increase the free radicals in our bodies that lead to oxidative stress. And these conditions are what you can see on the screen, our lifestyle, the medications, exposure to different toxins, pesticides, sometimes the kind of foods we eat or we don't eat. Like Dr. Oyo was talking about the fact that people use paracetamol to clean fish and all those things. In fact, there's so many things going on right now in the name of bringing food to the market. So all these things contribute to oxidative stress. And when oxidative stress is prolonged, depending on what part of the body it's playing out, we have a number of chronic health conditions. Research has shown that free radical oxidative stress is at the root of many, many chronic health conditions. And these the Reader range of products have antioxidant properties. They have strong antioxidant properties, and they help to manage many of these conditions, even the case of prevention. The free the antioxidants in our products, they mop up the free radicals, and they in the area of prevention, maintenance, and even in some areas of cure, the products are very, very efficacious. Interestingly, before this presentation, I did yes, somebody is raising their hands. I will attend to you. I looked around and checked about antioxidants in kidney disease, and some studies have shown that free radicals actually play a role in the pathophysiological process of kidney disease, and that oxidative stress, helps it makes it helps to increase that issue in the kidneys. And so our products help to combat oxidative stress. I just wanted to chip that in. Now, somebody asked a question here. I will look at those questions now. Said, can my kidney be checked on Doctor Connect without coming to their office in Lagos? I think you will for your kidneys to be checked, samples of your blood would have to be taken. So I believe you would need to go to the Doctor Connect office in Lagos. But maybe Dr. Oyo would like to say something about that. Would you like to comment, respond to that?
Thank you. So it depends on where the person is, because currently we're also working on a package that includes home testing. So we
Okay.
can come to your house and take samples. So it depends on where the person is.
Okay.
So if the person is interested, I think can reach out to us through Green Mondays, or and they will do
Okay.
something about that.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody is asking, we in the Green Mondays, if we have those equipments you mentioned, can we conduct tests on other people even if you aren't a medical personnel? Well, the equipments we're talking about are like the screening equipments. We have a body composition scale, then we have a 6-in-1 health monitor where you can check your blood sugar, blood pressure. Yes, you can do those tests. I mean, where even if you're not a medical personnel, the thing is that what is done after the results of those tests where is what you need a medical personnel for. So yes, the answer to that is yes. Can someone with low blood pressure take reader capsules? Well, it really depends, because the important thing would be to find out first the cause of the low blood pressure. And that's where we would take it from. That is where, from there, we would be able to find the answer to that. Because on one hand, reader bitters, and the bitters and the capsules contain the same thing. It regulates, it helps to combat oxidative stress from the cellular level. Again, it also helps to reduce blood pressure. So one would find out if there is no specific cause of the low blood pressure. I believe it could even help, that person. But what is very important, what I usually advise people, is to investigate first to know the cause. Thank you very much. So I will just briefly continue. We have an amazing range of products, and the company um, is promoting health, but also wealth at the same time. And as such, you can come in and partner with us. Partner with us by sharing the opportunity to better your health with our range of products, and the opportunity to make wealth by giving value to many people. And how is this possible? You can come on board the Green Mondays by buying one of these well-being packs. It brings you in a particular level. We have a number of solution packs that help people support the management of different health conditions. And you can come in with any of these packs. You come into the Green Mondays, and when you share this opportunity with other people, you get rewarded down the line. You can also decide that, okay, I just want the business aspect of it. There are 5 levels you can come in with. You can come in with the VIP. You can see my screen, 750,000, platinum, 400,000, gold, 140,000, silver, 75,000, and bronze, 40,000 naira. And you get a bouquet of products that you can use, you can share with family and friends, and you can decide to sell. But when you replicate this down the line, there's a lot of value for you. There's also another registration option for those who feel 40,000 is too much or 750,000 naira is too small. You can pick the level in which you come into. You could talk to the person who invited you, and then there's no way, there's no level, there's no reason why you cannot come on board, because you can come on board at your own level. What happens? There are projections where when you build this opportunity, you share with family and friends, you build a team of 4 people who also do the same thing down the line. In the next few years of doing that, this can lead to a lot of income. Now, if we look at this slide, I won't go into detail with it, but imagine a situation whereby you come on board with any of these packs and you keep upgrading, because our level, the ideal level is the VIP level. And so from whatever level you come in, the goal is to upgrade. And so you imagine bringing in 4 people and they upgrade to VIP, and they bring their 4 second generation, those bring their 4 each third generation, and you build to the 5th generation. And they all upgrade. If you look at the table, the column on the right, if you look at the 5th generation, by the time you've built to the 5th generation and the people you bring in have upgraded to VIP, you would have earned about 31 million naira. Now, the speed at which this happens will depend on you. This is something you can do as a part-time thing, as a side business, alongside whatever you are doing. You get a lot of training, you get a lot of support, you are in it for yourself, but not by yourself. So your health is an investment, it's not an expense. If you do not invest in your health, it will become an expense. And so all we've been talking about today is about our health, but about spreading that health. It is in spreading that health and giving value to many people that wealth comes in. So I want to first of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Okonkwo Oyo for giving us that very explicit presentation. I know we're all more knowledgeable about, and specifically what we need to do. Very simple things that we need to do to maintain the health of our kidneys and to make sure we know where we are regarding our kidneys. Thank you very much, Dr. Okonkwo Oyo. Thank you very much to our guests. You are
Welcome.
special. You are special people. Thank you for being here today. And thank you to the Green Mondays family members who are here today. We shall be here again next week. Please invite your family and friends and be there with us.